So where exactly are we with this deal with Iran? You know, the one that President Trump said on Saturday was already largely negotiated. Well, here's what he said about it today.
Iran is very much intent. They want very much to make a deal. So far, they haven't gotten there. We're not satisfied with it, but now we will be. We will be either that or we'll have to just finish the job.
So the deal's off or the talks are still happening?
They're negotiating on fumes. But we'll see what happens. Maybe we have to go back and finish it. Maybe we don't.
Finish it? As in restart military strikes?
Well, I think we're doing very well. They are starting to give us the things that they have to give us. And if they do, that's great. And if they won't, then the man on my left is going to finish them off.
The man on his left, by the way, was Secretary of Defense/War Pete Hegseth. So yeah, after saying on Saturday this deal was largely negotiated, today Trump is saying he isn't satisfied with that deal. So as he said repeatedly today, he, as in Hegseth, may finish them off. Obviously, that means U.S. military strikes. So what about this deal that Trump seemed really excited about on Saturday is making him so unhappy today? Well, according to Iran's state TV, so remember, this media outlet is not run by independent journalists. It is dictated by the Iranian regime. And the Trump administration says what I'm about to tell you is totally fake. But what Iranian state TV is saying is that this draft memorandum of understanding with the U.S. includes the Strait of Hormuz opening back up to pre-war shipping levels within 30 days if the United States ends its blockade of the strait. The memorandum of understanding suggests that Iran would still control which ships entered and exited the strait and could possibly still charge tolls for transit. This alleged MOU did not include any discussion of Iran's enriched uranium. So let's get President Trump's response to each of those alleged deal points. First, would Trump accept a deal even in the short term, to open the Strait of Hormuz, but under the condition that Iran and its neighbor Oman would control it?
No, the strait's going to be open to everybody.
And who would control it?
It's international waters. Nobody's going to control it. We're going to watch over it. We'll watch over it, but nobody's going to control it. That's part of the negotiation that we have. They would like to control it. Nobody's going to control it. It's international waters, and Oman will behave just like everybody else, so we'll have to blow them up.
So now the U.S. is watching over the strait. Is that permanent or not permanent? And the U.S. is also threatening to blow up Oman? That part is totally new. But I think it's clear that President Trump is not willing to agree to anything that includes Iran controlling the strait, either in the short term or the long term. So now that we know that, what if there's a deal where Iran opens the strait and doesn't control it, but the deal doesn't include any discussion about Iran's enriched uranium stockpile, and instead punts those discussions to a later date? Would Trump go for that?
Would you accept an agreement with Iran that just calls for further talks on the uranium, or is the only option in your mind one for...
I would for some of it, because it's a memorandum of understanding for speed. And one of the things that will happen is the strait will open immediately. But it's got to be perfect. I'm not going to do this. I didn't do this to get a crummy agreement.
Okay, so that was confusing. The president said he would not agree to that, and then he said he would agree to that. And then he talked about the strait, which I will remind you was not even an issue before this war started. So based on what the president said today, that leaves us almost exactly where we started, with the U.S. and Iran not really moving their position at all. Then Trump made things more complicated when he added a new layer to this Iran deal. He said he wants all the Middle Eastern countries to also sign on to the Abraham Accords, which is an agreement that he made during his first term that had majority Muslim countries recognize Israel for the first time and normalize relations with them.
Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, and the others, we'd like to have them immediately join and Steve Witkoff is working on that with Jared and some others, but would like to have them join the Abraham Accords. It'll be historic if they do it. And I think they owe that to us, to be honest. I think, because that really would be a tremendous sign. And I think those countries owe it to us. I'm not sure we should make the deal if they don't sign. You want to know the truth.
So what next? We know the longer this deal takes, the more gas prices are going to go up for all of us. Trump said right now he has more important concerns.
And you've said that you're in no rush to make a deal, but with gas prices that are so high across the country, people are paying more for travel. Does that give you more urgency to make a deal? Why doesn't it?
Well, I'll tell you, the primary urgency, I said this, it wasn't covered properly, but the primary urgency is that we can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon. But at the same time, we have a tremendous amount of oil, gas, coal. We have tremendous amounts of energy. We're blessed with something very special. Those prices are going to come down. They're going to come down fast. I think that you'll see, actually, Todd, I think you're going to see lower prices that we had even before we did this.
It's unclear if gas prices are going to fall fast when this is all over. History shows us that usually gas prices take some time to come back down. But hey, maybe this time will be different. Regardless, Trump made it clear today if Iran thinks the upcoming midterm elections are going to motivate him to move faster to end this war, they're wrong.
They thought they were going to outweight me. You know, we'll outweight him. He's got the midterms. I don't care about the midterms. Look what happened last night. That was the prelude to the midterms.
Of course, he's referencing the runoff election in Texas last night, where the Trump-endorsed candidate beat a 24-year incumbent Republican to become the GOP nominee for U.S. Senate. What Trump is saying is because his preferred candidate won last night, as several others already have too, he is confident in his base, and he believes no matter what he does, his party will win in November. Of course, whether that happens is going to be up to you, the voters.